All right, do the intro, Kai.
Hello, SpeedGaming. This is the Super Metroid multi-category tournament 2024/25. This is the race between MrGuyAverage and foosda. Today we are going to be doing GT Classic. On commentary we have Ryan Ford and Kazenton. I'm not going to tell you which one is which.
Yeah, I just wanted to say do the intro to make it sound funny a little. but, yeah, thanks for that. So yeah, we got like a slight delay, but hey, we also got the shortest category for game one, so that's nice.
Yeah, it balances out.
Absolutely. Yeah, so foosda banned was it 100% and MGA banned any percent. So
Yeah,
that's
so
how
MGA is a well-known 100% runner with a very good time, so makes sense to veto 100% against MGA.
Yep. Oh, since foosda doesn't have a timer, I'm not sure how the runner delay is. Uh, it's probably really close though.
Yeah, that's Jestro's problem. He'll figure it out.
Right.
So GT
Yeah.
Classic makes use of a debug code that the developers left in the game. When you entered the room of the mini-boss known as Gold Torizo, if you are holding all four face buttons and nothing else during the door transition, it activates a debug code which gives you almost all of the items and a load of ammo. The one thing it doesn't give you is screw attack, which you pick up right outside. So once people found that, they made the category where you just run for that as fast as you can, picking up as little as you need. And then after that, you go on a boss rush.
Yep. So because of that, in our standard any percent runs, ban the use of the GT code, so that's also why it's not considered any percent, even though it's shorter than any percent.
Yeah, it makes sense to separate out the categories by what you're actually doing. Like,
Agreed.
say you discover a debug code. You say, well, this debug code belongs in its own category because we're doing different things from the 80% that we had been doing.
Yep. Yeah, so I definitely occasionally seen people ask like, "Oh, why don't we just call this 80% if it's shorter?" But
We like making
yeah,
categories.
right?
There's nothing the Super Metroid community loves more than creating more categories. Somebody will come up with some new goal they want to go after, and they said, okay, that's what I'm doing. That's my category.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know exactly how many like categories, including extensions, there are for for this game, but we have a lot. Like,
I don't even know either. I'd have to like pull up the website and look through for a while and count.
right? I assumed like at least 50, but I actually don't know if that's like correct.
So there's like 7 without going into the extensions.
Yeah.
You have the 80%, 100%, low percent, RBO, 80% glitched, GT code, and map completion.
Yep.
And then the extensions,
Oh my god, there's so many like low percent like variations when I was looking at extensions.
there's 47 on the extensions, but a lot of those don't include going all the way through the game. Like, a lot of them don't include killing Mother Brain.
Oh, I got you. Like Sports Spawn RTA, right?
Yeah, like, there's ones like that that just stop once Spore Spawn is done. Oh.
And like yeah, Croc's Croc's tongue or something like that. I think that's a category extension.
Oh yeah, Croc's tongue takes damage from power bombs, so if you set off an absurd number of power bombs in Croc's room, you can kill his tongue, and he's still alive, but he has no tongue.
What? Holy. I never knew that.
Problem is, it requires more power bombs than there are power bomb packs in the game, so you have to farm them, hoping for the 2% drops whenever you by shooting his fireballs.
Yeah, that's crazy. Oh my gosh. Yeah, holy moly. Yeah, this movement from MGA is just ultra clean as well.
Yeah, he's picked up a nice lead here. We haven't talked about it all, but MGA's been playing clean, and foosda's not too far behind.
Yeah. He's like trailing a little. 442, pretty sick. I know, right? Already better than my gold, 90%. I think I have 444.
I mean, I get like a 458 and call that good.
Fair. Yeah, sub 5 is usually like the big milestone like that. That comes up first, right? I remember. I also remember like
foosda got shorted one missile, so
yeah, so here's 3. So either just gotta do the bonk strat to make up for it in Terminator, or farm an extra pirate, right?
yeah.
Or if he gets the double missile drop from the waiver, that also would work.
And you see, he's back at 5 now.
Yep.
It's pretty common for both waivers to drop a missile because they have to drop something, and the energy tank fills you up on energy before their drop spawns.
Yep.
So they're not going to drop energy.
Yeah.
It's like really rare for them to drop a nothing.
Yeah. The double nothing occasionally has happened. I've had it happen like 3 times ever, but like, oh man. Well, once I heard from Reorn that it's like ultra rare for that to happen, I was like, oh, that makes sense. No. Because during the any percent tournament, it happened to him once, and then he was talking about it, and I was like, oh, I didn't know it was that rare.
MJ was a tiny bit off on his Zila farm, but he recovered and backed it up, so no loss there. If you mess up that Zila farm, it's really easy to suddenly lose like 10 seconds.
Yep. Having to try to farm the other one, and like, because it gets so far away from me, you have to kind of like chase after it. And be so annoying. Yeah, because usually like, vertical mistakes definitely are like usually really punishing most of the time.
Yeah, the way I figured in my head, like, I don't time it out exactly, but in my head I say, okay, every vertical mistake is 2 seconds. You know?
Right.
If I'm reviewing a run and I'm looking for places to save time, vertical mistakes are what I look at. That's a clean green hill zone down.
And there's like a perfect door fix from foosda as well.
Now, of course, they have to go up to pick up their first pack of power bombs. In order to reach Gold Torizo, we need 1 of each kind of ammo. We need at least 1 energy tank. And you kind of want high jump boots as a race safety. You can save a few seconds by skipping the high jump boots, but in a race, you're relying on hitting that lava dive the first time. And you're not always going to hit it the first time without boots.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, fail is like pretty much death, right?
So, without boots, you'd be taking the save at Bubble Mountain, and I'd say that each retry is going to cost you a minute, probably. I know that when I look at my timer for retrying the Green Gate from the save at the top of the elevator, each retry there cost me a minute, so...
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, it's a bit of having to travel back, and yeah, that would be pretty, like, really costly in, like, this category, too, because...
Yeah.
Short one, so a minute's a lot.
Yeah, we've seen GT Classic a lot in this tournament, and I don't know how many have been decided entirely by the gate glitch, but there's been a few that where the gate glitch made a big difference.
Yep. Yeah, I've seen at least two failed green gate glitches and without a save, and I just kind of ended the run during this turn.
Oh yeah, if you've got no save at the green gate glitch and you fail it, then yeah, your run is over.
Yep.
I think most of the players have been taking the save at the elevator.
Yep.
That's key hunters in that party room hitting MJ like that. That always kind of sucks, and his energy is actually pretty terrible right
Really
now. I
bad.
think that drop got him out of health bomb, so yeah, he was able to get supers from mini crate.
Nice. He has to not miss super during this crate fight as well.
One of the difficulties of this category is because you only have the one missile pack, your ammo is really terrible when you get to mini crate room, and you don't have enough missiles to missile all the pirates, so you have to do stuff like use that power bomb.
Yep. And like MGA had to like farm a little bit too.
Yeah.
Like farming those pirates, like particularly, like a little, like waiting for the drops. Oh no! Okay, Foos is okay.
Wow.
Diagonal super, holy crap!
I'm amazed he pulled that out.
Yeah, same. Like it's still like Crate still kept his mouth open enough, like just in time. Oh my gosh. I hope that Foosda says in chat like not even close maybe or something. Wasn't working for a second. Alright, so yeah, looking good for both. They at least like avoided soft blocking as well.
Yeah, MGA is definitely going to go pick up the high jump boots, because when people decide not to pick up the high jump boots, they go into that crate room and pick up the crate tank. Because you need a second energy tank to do bootless lava dive.
Yep.
It's technically possible to do it on the one energy tank, but not really something you want to do RTA viable.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, is that the goat sumo in chat? Okay, so Fizz is grabbing the tank on his way out, I guess?
Yeah, if you miss your jump and you accidentally jump over it, you don't turn around. You just said, okay, pick it up on the way out.
Yeah, it makes sense. Assuming it's a little bit faster as a backup.
Like, one of the big ways to lose time in this game is dithering and overthinking.
Oh, he just left
it. He can afford to skip it. If you're really clean at the lava dive, you can get through on a single tank with boots.
Oh, okay.
And it can save you a few seconds, and when you're already behind MGA, so you can decide it's worth to save those seconds.
Yeah, understandable. Okay, so going for a power play then at that point.
Those flopping sweeps at the beginning do 40 damage, so really don't want to take one of those. So you saw Foosda carefully avoiding them, waiting for them to get out of the way.
A little stop and go a couple times. Oh my god.
MGA getting scammed by the drops.
He's so ready to go, and then it's just like, nope. Oh, but Foosda.
Oh, Foosda got scammed in his own right. He saw his full supers and left, but then didn't have the energy to continue.
Yep.
And leaving the room is the worst way to get scammed, because going through doors costs so much time here.
Exactly.
Any farm where you're going back and forth through a door is automatically worse than any farm where you can stay in the room.
Yep. Yeah, that eats up a chunk. Great lava
Alright.
dive openers for both. Alright.
Alright, see? Foosda's got 53 energy left.
Yep.
Sorry, 54.
And I figured he was gonna forego the save too, because
Alright.
so he's going all in on this one. Yeah, hopefully he won't be another victim of not saving and failing green gate glitch 5 times. Second try. Oh, he's missing all the damage boosts. This is getting a little dangerous because of the acid.
Yeah.
Super the door. Yeah, sorry.
That acid is pretty scary. I've died there myself. So. Alright, so
Yeah,
that's the
super.
door. You hold the 4 face buttons during the door. You can let go once the door hits the right side of the screen. You have to pause and you have to turn off spacer, because if you don't do that, you either become a different category or you crash the game.
Yep.
There is a GT space time category where you turn off a different combination of beams for the fight, and you actually fire what we call the space time beam to exit the fight early and get into this really broken mode that allows you to reach transitions to warp back to the ship and set the escape flag and finish the game right there.
Yep. And yeah, Foosda in the lead now. From skipping all the safeties. All right, and spoke too soon. As you know.
Yeah. See, the rest is just boss rush movement. Whoever hits their movement correctly is going to stay ahead here. Nice shot before the spark, so that Foosda had the door open early. I always wonder if the shot there causes extra lag, how it really affects the room time.
Yeah, right. Yeah, generally like plasma
Ice Wave Plasma is the laggiest beam you can fire.
Exactly. Turning the game into a slideshow. Yeah, since they're very solidly powered up, runners of this caliber probably gonna, blitz through the game like decently easily.
Yeah, at this point, there's nothing that's likely to kill them. There's just things that will lose them a few seconds here and there.
Exactly. It's like stuff that'll eat time. So of course, like movement and how big or small mistakes are gonna make the difference at this point for this race.
Yeah, MJ killing that second ninja pirate with its own reflection. Like, when you shoot them with the beam and they're not in their vulnerable pose, they reflect the beam. So you saw the beam off of MGA's second pirate get reflected down and then deal damage after it had been reflected.
Yep. I remember I saw Zo's tweet a clip where he like bank shot a super that like killed the other pirate when it when one deflected it. And he's just like laughing in the clip. God, I gotta find that again later.
Ridley is just 20 of these charge shots, so 3 supers is the same damage as 2 of the charge shots. So it's slightly faster DPS to use the supers on Ridley, but you're not going to be picking up any super packs, and there aren't a lot of drops between here and Torian, so
yeah,
it also makes sense to not use your supers here.
Exactly. So if you get scanned on drops, you can just like waste time, more time. But yeah, for me personally, like of matches I've watched for cons, this match is the first time I've seen someone skip the save before Green Gate and not fail it. So that's cool. Oh, that was rough for foosda there. And MTA's is flying.
And neither of them actually got the speedball out of Wasteland, so...
Yep. Yeah, the damage boost for foosda was awkward, so it certainly ruined the setup for him.
Yeah, one of the keys about the damage boost is you saw how once they failed the speedball, they didn't go back and retry it over and over again. They just immediately move on, go use bombs like normal. A lot of these strats, if you don't get it the first time, you're not saving time by retrying. You need to just either hit it the first time or immediately go into the backup.
Yep. And yeah, that's also like what's another mark of a great runner is like having your backups down when available, and like optimizing those as well. Because yeah, like no one's gonna have a perfect run like ever, so you have to have your backups down too.
Yeah. One tiny thing is like, you notice foosda switch to missiles for exiting single chamber. You use 2 missiles to open the door and kill the orb. That's because if you fire that ice wave plasma, you'll have extra lag.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, for some categories, then yeah, it's like that difference comes up a lot too, where you might want to like missile a door or like an enemy, rather
Well,
than like the beam that you have.
every frame is worth a frame. So.
Yeah, sir.
And things like missiling a door, those are easy time saves. The more easy time saves you can rack up and incorporate into your strategy, the better off you are.
Yep.
Like, easy time saves are probably the best things to go for and learn first. The hard ones is going to be hard to get every time.
Yeah, exactly. Ooh, MGA messing up that door.
Oh yeah, if you move right before you go into that door, that's what happens is you unfix it and you spend extra time in the door.
Yep. Oh, I guess he knew that he was short on the microwave there.
I believe that was intentional. So
Oh, it's faster, right?
if Batoon is fully dead before he comes out, he'll come out at his normal slow initial speed. But because he still had a little bit of energy left when he came out at his fast speed. It was also important that MGA started dealing damage before Batoon started moving.
Mhm.
So when Batoon went to pick the speed to come out at, he picked the nearly dead go fast speed instead of the slow speed. So he came out of the hole faster than he otherwise would.
That's so cool. So they're like little optimizations too.
Yeah.
Yeah, about to put Dragon probably.
For those who aren't aware, for Dragon, Batoon, and Phantoon, while X-ray is active, the plasma beam shot will stick around, and the boss's iframes will gradually run out. So you activate X-ray just long enough for their iframes to run out, and you can hit them multiple times with one beam shot.
Yep.
And Dragon, because one of the normal ways, intended ways of killing Dragon is with the grapple beam, the devs made it so that when Dragon dies, you're forced into the standing pose, so you would always be broken out of being held by Dragon. Or,
That makes sense.
and rather than risk that ever going wrong and leaving the player stuck, It just said it to always make Sama stand up. So you saw when Dragon hit 0 hit points for both players, they were kneeling, and then they were forced to stand. So that forced stand is a cue to stop firing and just let the fight end.
Oh, that's cool. Never knew that.
That's also the reason why you see 80% players get a blue suit out of their spark when they kill Dragon, because they're in the sparking pose and they have the echoes, and then that forced stand changes their pose and gives them a blue suit.
Gotcha. Oh, that's cool. I love learning new stuff.
Yeah, see, I like knowing the mechanics of all this stuff, even if I can't actually do it myself.
Fair. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting, so why not, right? I completely forgot about Phantoon.
Well, MGA didn't forget about Phantoon. Foosda goes for the foosda ball. There's a foosball where you come out of that tunnel and you press spring ball at the right time, and you can spring ball jump all the way up to the elevator.
Yeah, it looks like MGA got it, but yeah,
I wasn't watching closely enough to see if MGA got it. I saw that Foosda missed it, so.
Yeah, exactly. I was just looking at chat, so I saw, but I wasn't looking at the time that he was like going for it.
Ah.
So I looked at his side like right after he got up the elevator, and I was like, I missed whether he did or not because of that. But did want to keep an eye out for it. Alright. See what patterns they're gonna get on Phantoon. Got a mid for MGA.
Gotta start with missile on Phantoon and then microwave them after that.
Yep. Yeah, get him start moving around. God, they're like a whole Phantoon fight apart.
Well, that's still pretty close.
Yeah, because this fight's like shorter too.
Yeah, it's
well,
guaranteed
shorter
one
on
round
average, I
fight.
guess. Exactly. Alright, it's looking like it's slow for Foosda.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Oh, and he got
Yeah.
It's my least favorite pattern on Phantoon. It's a slow right first round because of the flames getting in the way like that.
Didn't fire that fast enough.
Oh, shoot. Oh, and it might be another slow too. Yep.
Sometimes when Phantoon is off screen, you can fire at the right time to hit him while he's off screen and do an off screen microwave.
Oh,
Oh no.
Oh, that's really bad.
Yeah.
It's another slow probably again too. Jeez.
This is like the worst Phantoon fight you could have in GT Classic. Like,
right?
just bad luck on top of tiny mistakes. So.
Yep. It's a triple slow. Ugh. It's rough. And yeah, I guess for those that don't know, second round onwards, so yeah, getting a mid on the left side is really rare. So usually if it's not a fast, it's like probably gonna be a slow. But definitely should still try and cover in case a mid happens, because you know, that like once a month thing where it might happen, you might lose a run to it if you don't pay attention.
Yeah. One thing, that was just Phantoon magnifying otherwise tiny mistakes. Like, you go a little bit off, and then Phantoon decides to add in his own multiplier.
You know? Yeah, getting advantage, it's like, oh, it's so brutal. Yeah, it's like sometimes you get bailed out if he just like reappears right away, but it's like, I don't know. It seems like decently often he doesn't reappear like quickly?
Yeah, I believe when he disappears, it's the same timing as his normal phase. So, like, you can get a fast, mid, or a slow
Yeah.
invisible round, so...
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I have no idea what the probability is if it's just the same as like a normal like second round or something like that.
I'd assume it's the same. I mean, no reason to come up with a different table of probabilities for him. Just reuse the
Right?
same one and nobody will see.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, already through the Metroids and MGA coming up on Baby Skip, which yeah, at this point it's like even if he were to fail this, he'd still have a sizable lead after that
Yeah, I
fencing
think
happened.
he'd have to get grabbed in the door for foosda to catch up here.
Yeah. Just slow, baby slow. And he's doing boomer skip too, so
Yeah, you go after the strat that you can nail every time, so...
yep.
If you've got an old strat and it always works for you, you can stick with it for as long as you feel like.
Yeah, exactly. And like you're often like you're decently less likely to get grabbed through the door with that strat too. Like obviously it can happen, but it's like the new skip. It's like significantly more common for it to happen though. Oh my god, he's just getting bullied. He's out of supers. All right, there you go. All right, foosda with 106.
Yeah. See, all those missiles are part of why it's safe to spend your supers on Ridley. You notice how foosda hasn't got many super drops between Ridley and here, so...
Yep.
But even if you came into Torian with 0 supers out of Metroid Room 4, you can still missile the glass and not be too far behind, so...
Yeah, exactly. Oh wow, I thought he was getting grabbed right there. All right, also with the old skip, looking good.
MGA revealing the 3 reserve tanks that he got from the GT code. And incidentally, also showing that your energy max out at 700. Everywhere in the game where you pick up a tank, your energy maxes out at something 99. But for whatever reason, you use this special developer code and your energy maxes out at 700.
Yep.
700 is exactly enough to do the stand-up glitch. So it works out.
So healing up with yeah, it's definitely faster to like do stand up still, like using the reserve.
Yeah, it saves just as much time here as it does in Hundo, so...
Poor foosda in chat.
Yeah, I think that Fantoon fight is most of the difference here. foosda had a cleaner Metroid rooms, so...
Yep.
One thing to be careful about here is if the baby is too far to the left or too high up in the air when it detaches, then Mother Brain won't be able to shoot at it because she has this cone that she can actually shoot in, and if she can't hit the baby, then the baby doesn't die, and you get soft locked, so...
Yep. Alright,
So you gotta make sure that you go far enough back to the right before the baby finishes refilling Samus and detaches.
Yeah, I've learned a bit from learning Hundo, but to do it,
Yeah,
but
that
not
floor
exactly
stuck
what
method that Foosda was using. Yeah, so you saw how Foosda was stuck on the floor because he was on the ground during a magic frame where it forces Samus to kneel.
Yeah.
If he hadn't used X-ray, that would have been the end of his run.
Mhm.
X-ray allowed him to stand up again, but without using X-ray there, he would have still been on the ground when Mother Brain stood up and when the baby is refilling, and you can't move until Mother Brain steps forward and kicks you.
Yeah.
So if the baby finishes refilling, which usually happens when you only have this 700 energy, before Mother Brain steps forward and kicks you, then it's game over because the baby's too far left.
Yep. Yeah, I've never seen it happen, but I've like heard. And yeah, so we got a race time GG time for MGA of 35 minutes and 16 seconds. So yeah, GG's to MGA. And yeah, Fusa's turn for the escape now. Okay, he didn't do the was it blue bomber like MGA did? For those speed blocks. But yeah, it should be a pretty easy escape. It's like all the movement items, full power. Slight hiccups on the parlor. Okay, yeah, Foos is talking about what happened. But yeah, race time GG time of 36:46 for Fusa. GG's.
All
Yeah,
right.
they're talking about
So,
the triple slow race time.
yeah, that Fed tune pattern was most of the difference at the end.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Alright, so the game 2 has not been decided yet, so we'll be...
Yep. It'll be a short break, and then we'll come back with game 2.
Yep.
So everybody stick around, and we'll see what they've got for us next.
Yep. Alright, see y'all in a bit.